Alrighty. We already tried incline. Didn't like it. But we will try maybe no, we just need to find like better ways to make this harder, or I'm eventually probably gonna have to transition into benching. It's just gonna take some time to like get used to the form and stuff. Really don't want to do that though. Maybe I'll find a gym that's has heavier dumbbells because I need them. I'm consistently lifting at the 100th at this point, so oh, I got like 225 for like 3 or 4. So this set might not be as strong as normal, but we'll try our best. Alright. Let's go to some flies. Okay. I think what we'll talk about today is adjustments, or when, I guess, like when to move up in weight. Uh, we kind of talked about this somewhat in the beginner series, but I wanted to kind of expand upon this idea and be more detailed. Yeah, be more detailed in the way we talk about this. So that'll be our topic for today. But we will wait till we get to Rose to start talking about that. Let's be a little bit more forward. One more off camera. All right. Let's try. Ready. Wait, what am I doing? We'll start here and then we'll do some rows. And finally start getting to our topic. All right. So start lower the weight. Yeah. All right. Let's go do some rows. Alrighty. So when we talk about moving up in weight, I think there's a misconception that a lot of people have where they think just because they're good at picking up weight, they think just because they hit certain rep ranges that they can move up in weight. Um, and while that is the case some of the time, the heck was that noise? Well, that is the case some of the time. Um, what am I trying to do? All right. Sorry, I'm losing track of my thought. Um, well, that is the case some of the time. Most of the time, I think a lot of people tend to jump the gun, and they try and push weights that they may not be ready for. Uh, technique wise, there's a lot of like adaptation and strain that goes into getting to a specific weight, especially when it comes to, the big three movements like squat, bench, and deadlift. It's very easy to, not only is it easy for you to progress those movements, but it's easy for you to kind of like assume that you're ready for the next step. And you kind of have to find your own rhythm, in a sense, to progressing what you're trying to progress. Um, I think a good way to kind of gauge this is, are you tired after you do more than one set of a specific weight? I think something that told me that I needed to move up from 4 plates when I was doing deadlifts is I wasn't really neurally tired after that. I could go into my other workouts and be perfectly fine. Um, and it took time to kind of get to that point because I would do deadlift sessions where I would do the 4 plates and the weight moved perfectly fine, but I'd go into my other workouts and I'd feel exhausted because my body had been put through the ringer. Maybe not physically, but like my CNS had, you know, had been taxed so much and my energy levels had been taxed so much that like I couldn't really push myself past what I normally would, or I couldn't push myself to the extent that I normally would after the fact. And so we kind of have to drop our, I guess, a good way of training in general is just going to be dropping your pride. Understand that progress takes time. Understand that, uh, like, understand that like cleaning up your form is only going to benefit you. It's not going to make, it's not like, I think people kind of shy away from that work because they don't want to seem weak, or they don't want to seem like someone that doesn't know what they're doing, or sorry, not doesn't know what they're doing, but like um is stuck, right? They don't want to be the person that comes in and lifts the same weight over and over and over again. But in many cases, that person that comes in and is capable of, refining their form and making sure that their cues are on point, that they're lifting as efficiently as possible, that person's going to be able to progress their movements a lot easier and a lot quicker than the person that is, jumping the gun every single time. And, maybe uh, they're hitting PRs, but their form gets progressively worse and worse, right? And even in some cases can injure themselves because they're jumping too far ahead, and they think that they're ready for something that they think must like their muscles are ready for something when their tendons are not quite there yet. And we want to avoid injuries as much as we possibly can, just because injuries do set you back a really big like amount when it comes to just time wise how long it's going to take for you to recover. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful. Um, yeah. So in this case, I'm lifting a little lighter than normal. I'm gonna try this weight. I'm gonna see if this feels any better. I feel like it's not going to, but we're gonna try. My rectors are sore from yesterday because I did deadlifts. So we'll see if I have this weight. I don't even know if I do. It's not the normal weight. It's like 10 pounds less. But I'm genuinely surprised I got that many reps. Alrighty. Do one more set off camera. Alrighty. Our usual pyramid. I don't know why this is so hot, but I forgot how many I did. Alright. I'm gonna be right back. My hair keeps getting in my face. And it's pissing me off. Alrighty. Problem solved. It's annoying. I'll make this for later, so I'm just leave them here. One more off camera. Alrighty. So hopefully it's informative. I know, like, and I hope that, like, sorry. Let me restart. I'm hoping that you guys can see my training and understand that I'm not telling you guys this from a perspective of, oh, like, you're doing it wrong. Obviously, like, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because the stuff that I'm saying is just stuff that's worked for me, right? I'm not an expert by any means, but I do hope that you guys do consider what I'm saying and try your best to implement it in a way that will help you grow. It will, in a way that will help you make your process a lot more efficient and a lot less painful, because it is painful to like experiment with all this stuff and try and figure out what's going on, how your body helps or how your body like adapts. Because sometimes you'll get stuck doing the same thing and you won't make any progress at all. So that's the last thing I want for you guys is to get stuck. Is for you guys to get stuck and then have to do, what I'm doing. So we got 2 sets of this. One here, one off camera, and we'll go check things out.
Alrighty.
This is how we're looking today. If you did enjoy the content, please drop a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.